This is the premiere for Stack Kings Daily Toast for Friday, December 5th, the official breakfast of fantasy sports royalty.
Yes! More good morning, Stack Kings Nation!
This is the Stack Kings Daily Toast. We're going to be doing this 5 days a week. Can you believe it? You're going to have all kinds of sports, daily fantasy sports information coming your way. Look for our Twitter handle at Stack Kings, or contact us on our other platforms below as you can see them on the bar. Also, we're going to be covering the NBA and the NFL today, but some days we'll be covering other sports, NHL, golf coming up. NASCAR is going to be coming up soon, so look for all of those sports. Here's what's trending in social media as we speak. Ryan Leaf released from a Montana prison. I don't know if you guys remember this guy. I was in college watching this. In the 1998 draft, he was a second overall pick behind who else? Peyton Manning. Let's just see how that turned out. Not good for Ryan. Look at his mugshot here. Whoa. Man, that guy needs a makeover, all right? Not good. Going on to Jessie James Decker. How about this? The wife of Eric Decker. So far, she likes to send out tweets to tell everybody about how her husband's doing. This is her latest tweet. So for all the people that have accused Eric of choosing money, you don't know anything. He was never asked, called, or offered anything from the Broncos. Do you know why, Jesse? Because he stinks. That's why, okay? Don't tweet anymore. Just be a nice trophy wife and look good. Next one is DeMarco Murray last night. Had a career-high 41 touches versus Chicago. When they asked him about his career-high touches after the game, he had this to say: "I don't count. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure how to even explain that, but I guarantee he's counting today when he can't walk on those 41 touches. Look for him to be worn down over the next 3 weeks." The next segment we're going to go into is the NBA and NFL. My picks for tonight, NBA, my picks for the NFL Week 14, and we'll get to that right now. All right, guys, we're in the draft room for the NBA Friday Strong Move 500 Guarantee. This is just one of the contests tonight. There's a few others you can get into as well as some head-to-heads. I'm just going to run through a couple lineups that I think could be competitive tonight. First of all, what I like to do is I like to look and see who my best player on the board is. Tonight, I like John Wall at point guard, so I'm going to throw him in there. He's 21,093. Again, I go to shooting guard right away. I look at the guy that I feel is the best value. 17,767 is Gordon Hayward. I think Utah pretty much has a decent front court, but Orlando has a really good front court with Vucevic, so I feel like they're going to have to be shooting from the outside. So I think Gordon Hayward is a good play tonight at shooting guard for 17.7K. I'm going to throw him in there. At small forward, I have KJ Daniels, so you're going to have to scroll all the way down to find this guy. I think he's a really big up-and-comer. If you look at his game log, he scored 40, 32, 34 the last 3 games in a $10,000 salary. That's really good. Tony Wroten is out of the lineup. I think he's an absolute steal tonight. I put him at small forward. That's a really good play. At power forward, I have David West. He's coming back from injury. He's the Indiana power forward. He's moved up a little bit at 12.9K, but with DeMarcus Cousins out of the lineup tonight, I think that Indiana front court's going to have a field day. So I like David West at 12.9K. I'm going to put him in there at power forward. At center, I have Jordan Hill. I think at 15.4K, he's a really good play. Boston doesn't have much of a front court as well. I think Jordan Hill could get in there, get 15, 16 points, and 10-plus boards with a couple blocks. I'm going to add him. As far as utility goes, I think you have to go with Kevin Durant. He's just a steal at this price, going for $15K, 15.2K actually. Gosh, he's going to be moving up fast. Put him in. He's a no-brainer. He's going to be highly owned tonight, but I still feel like he's got a good chance to do something, especially at $15K. He's going to outscore that. And then my last guy's a sleeper, Tarik Black. He's the center, actually the power forward. Let me look him up here, get him on the screen. He is the power forward for Houston with Dwight Howard out tonight. He's been playing a lot of minutes. If you look at his game log, 23, 15, 25. Not bad for a $6,300 player. I think he's going to outscore that. I think he's a nice addition to throw in there. And that's my lineup: Wall, Hayward, McDaniels, West, Hill, Durant, and Black. That's the lineup I would play tonight. I think you got a good chance to score with this lineup. We're going to cancel this out right now. We're going to go to a secondary lineup that I have as well. First of all, let's go right to the big man on the board who's going to be moving up as we speak, and that's Kevin Durant. Got to play him tonight at $15K for sure. Put him in there where he's going to play small forward. Next, we're going to go to Hibbert. This is a guy that's going to be probably not that much owned tonight, Roy Hibbert. With DeMarcus Cousins out, he should have a field day there at Indiana. Either him or Wes is going to have a big game. I'm going to throw him in there at center at $15K. I think he can outscore that for sure. Next, I'm going to go to Vasquez. This guy is a sleeper. He's a point guard. He plays for Toronto, and with DeMar DeRozan out, he's been getting a lot of play. Let's look at his game log. 32, 28, 29, 27 the last 4 games. He's getting a lot of minutes at 9.6K. I think he's a steal tonight. You got to put him in there. The next guy is going to be Monty Eunice. This guy's probably not very well heard of, but he's a really good player for Houston. And with Dwight Howard out, he's going to be getting a lot of minutes. He can shoot threes. He can rebound. And we're going to put him in here right now. Monty Eunice, he's a power forward, and he's 9.8K, so I like him a lot. Going to shooting guard, I think this could be anybody, but I'm going to stick in James Harden. He's the big guy on the board without Howard. Again, I think he's going to score a lot of points. And the last 2 guys I have are Jabari Parker, who I think is going to have a big game tonight as well. He's going to be playing against a Miami frontcourt that's not that good at $12K. I think he's got a good price. And Gorgui Dieng, I think he's going to be a good price tonight. He's playing for Minnesota. He's getting a lot of minutes at Houston without Howard. He's going to have a good game, especially with those rebounds coming down to him. He had 38 points in his last game. He's a good play. Those are the 2 lineups I have for you for NBA, and now we're going to be moving on to the NFL. Okay, guys, we're getting the draft board again. This is the NFL. We're going to go straight to it. We got a lot of guys to put in: running back, quarterback, receiver, of course, tight end, flex. We're going to go into it right now. Breeze is my big quarterback on the board. I looked at a lot of guys, but I think Breeze at home against Carolina is going to have a good game. I think running back, you got to go with guys that are going to be winning the games, okay? So let's look at Eddie Lacy. Atlanta's a terrible road team. Green Bay, they should be getting him a lot of carries this week. C.J. Anderson is a guy that I absolutely think has to be in your lineup for Denver. 8,400, that's a steal. Going to wide receiver, Demaryius Thomas is always an animal at home. 15K, pay that price and get your points. Odell Beckham Jr., I think with Rashad Jennings out, is going to have a great game as well. I think you can put him in there. Calvin Johnson as well, you could put him in there, but I'm just going to leave him out for now. I have a big sleeper. That guy is Stedman Bailey. That's right, Stedman Bailey. You've probably never heard of this guy. He plays for the Rams. He's been getting a lot of action in the last few weeks. If you look, 18 and 12 points for 5,200. That's a steal. Get him in there. Tight end, you got to go with no shirt Gronkowski. It's a no-brainer. I wouldn't even look at any other tight ends. If you're going to flex, you got to go with the man, Johnny Football, Manziel. Okay, look at him. 5,200. Get him in at that flex. That's a steal for sure. Kicker, I got Mason Crosby. I like to go with teams that are going to be winning games. You know Green Bay is going to be beating Atlanta at home. Got to go with Mason Crosby. And then, come on, San Francisco at Oakland. Got to like the 49ers in that game. We're going to put them right in there. Let's find them here real quick. 49ers. Give me a second. Here they are. 6,600. That's the lineup I like. This is a pretty good lineup. 181 salary remaining. I think you're going to do well with this lineup. Let's cancel this out. Go straight to my second lineup. I have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. I think this guy has been a beast at home. How can you pass him up? Atlanta's a bad road team. Got to expect him to put up some points. Arian Foster is my running back at Jacksonville. They can't win a game, of course. They're going to be winning the game. Houston, give him a lot of carries. Next up is Mark Ingram, New Orleans, Carolina on the road at the Dome. Got to like Ingram to get a lot of carries in that game. Going to wide receiver, you got to go with the man, Josh Gordon. He's going to do something this week. He's been talking it up. I feel like he's going to back that up. Again, I'm going to go with my man, Stedman Bailey. I think he's a really good price, 5,200. He does a big game this week. He's been getting a lot of targets. I got another sleeper for you, Charles Johnson. Never heard of this guy. He plays for Minnesota. He's the ex-receiver now. He's going to be getting a lot of targets this week. I think he can do something at 5,200. That frees you up for a lot of big players. Got to go with Gronk at tight end. I don't think there's anybody else on the board you could go with. Johnny Manziel is my flex. I'm going to go with him. He's the guy. Put him in 5,200. That's an easy play. Kicker, I think the next best kicker I like is Matt Prater. I think Detroit at home against Tampa Bay should win that game easily. He should be kicking in that dome. And again, for defense, I'm going with the Broncos. I think they can shut Buffalo down. Buffalo on the road, they're not really the best offense in the world. So I look for Denver to do something, get some sacks, some interceptions. And this is my lineup. I think both of these can be good lineups. So good luck, guys. These are the picks for my Week 14. Now that you've had your fill of daily fantasy sports, it's time to send you on your way. Good luck tonight, guys. And remember, do your research and choose your team wisely if you want to become fantasy sports royalty. I'm Tony Battalucco signing off from Kansas City, Missouri. See you guys on Monday.